Hi, it's Fazana again. Welcome to part 2 of this topic of bearings. And in this video we will bring in questions that involve bearings with trigonometry. Please watch part 1 if you haven't already. That covers the basic concepts and will give you the confidence in answering these questions. And you'll have sung the song already. If you haven't, then the song is wherever it's from, draw your north, from your north, clockwise to the line. Yeah? Okay, let's have a look at questions. Okay, B is due west of L. Okay, so that's west there. W is 15 kilometers due south of L. And B is 32 kilometers from W. All right? Okay, and you can tell we've got a right angle triangle there. Yeah? Okay, calculate the distance of L from B. So we need to calculate that distance there. Whoa. All right. And you can tell we've got the other two sides. So it's Pythagoras. So the side opposite your right angle is your H. So we're going to go LB equals the square root of, and make sure it's in brackets when you're doing it on your calculator. So the longer side squared minus the one of the shorter sides squared will give you, and you square root it, and it'll give you the other short side, which is 28.3 kilometers. All right, okay. And always a good idea to go and put it on the diagram in case you need it for the next question. Yeah, okay. So that was easy, and yes, we've got it to one decimal place. Calculate the bearing of B from W. Okay, so it's at W we draw your north and your south. So then we know it's clockwise from your north, clockwise to the line connecting L and W. Yeah, all right. Okay, when you draw it there, you realize that if you had that angle as well, that would be 360. So what we can do is find that angle there, and we'll call it X, favorite letter. And then we'll actually go 360 minus that angle that we find. Okay? Okay. Now, in order to find that angle, we'll continue labeling our triangles. So that's the O, and that's the A. And it's a good idea to use the two sides that they've given, yeah, just in case. So we've got the A and the H. So we go cos of what angle is A over H, and that will give you 62 degrees. Okay, so that's 62, which looks reasonable. Yeah, and then you stick it in there, and out comes your answer, 298 degrees. And that again looks reasonable because you know that's 270. Yeah, right, good. Next question, we're all ready for it. Okay, a helicopter leaves the airport and travels due east for 30 kilometers, so that's the airport, and then due north for 40 kilometers. And if it's going east and north, then again you can see you've got your right angle there. Yeah. The pilot then returns to the airport by the most direct route, yeah, which is D. What is the bearing and the distance of the most direct route? Okay, so the bearing would be, because it's there right now, it's from there. So that circle's just too long, big. So it's from your north clockwise to the line. Yeah. So when it comes to bearing, we know it's going to be 180 plus that angle. Yeah. So we're going to go 180 plus that angle. So in order to find that angle theta, we label our triangle. So the side opposite your right angle is H, that is your O, and that's your A. So we're going to use the O and the A, which is tan. So we go tan of what angle is 30 divided by 40, and we get 37 degrees. Okay, and then we stick it in there, and you get 217. And you can tell it looks reasonable because it's between 180 and 270. Yeah, all right. And then the distance, which is the D. Yeah, and you can tell it's Pythagoras. So we can say D equals, and because it's the longest side, we're doing 30 squared plus 40 squared. And when you put that on your calculator, you get 50 kilometers, or 50 kilometers. Okay, but you really shouldn't have had to put it on your calculator because you know the Pythagorean triple 345, yeah? So 9 plus 16 is 25 if you take the squares, and it's any multiple of 345, so you can see in this case it's 30, 40, 50. All right? So it really helps to know it off by heart. All right, so those are your answers. Good. Let's look at something a little harder. Okay, a ship leaves port X and travels 9 kilometers on a bearing of 120, so that's 120. What I have noticed is I've got several norths, so then I'm going to continue just drawing my souths, because when you have lots of norths and souths, you actually have parallel lines, yeah? So then you can find your alternate angles. Sorry, that Z seems to have disappeared. Yeah? So here, if you've got your 120, you know that that is 60. Yeah? And you can see with your parallel lines, we've got a Z there. So we've got alternate angles. So that there is 60 degrees. Yeah? Oh, look, 60 plus 30 is 90. So you've got a right angle triangle. Yeah? And we did all that from just reading that one sentence. So it really helps to prepare while you're reading the question. The ship then turns and travels 12 kilometers on a bearing of 30 to point Z. Okay, so again, can you see by drawing your norths and your souths, you can see we've got a Z there, so that's 30. All right, yeah, cool. Okay, the ship then turns and travels directly back from Z to X. I prefer drawing my straight line that way. Yeah, so we're looking for that distance there, presumably. And we're not going to use a ruler and protractor. We're going to try and do it without it. So we have to find the distance of the journey. So you can tell that's your right angle, so we're looking for our hypotenuse. Yeah? Okay, so the distance, and then we'll find the bearing. Okay, so the distance, again, it's just using Pythagoras. So we go Zx equals 9 squared in brackets plus 12 squared, and you'd get 15. And can you see again, it's a Pythagorean triple because it's multiples of 3, 4, 5, so every side has been multiplied by 3, so you've got 9, 12, 15. Yeah, really helps to know it off by heart, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's 15 kilometers. Okay, and then the bearing of the journey from Z to X. So it's from your north, clockwise, to the line connecting Z and X. So can you see it's made up of your 180 there, plus that bit there, which is 30, and then plus, and now we're going to find that angle there, x. Yeah? Okay, so again, finish labeling your triangle. So that's your O, and that's your A. So we'll be finding x. So we'll go tan of which angle is O over A, and you get 37 degrees. And then you stick it in there, and your total would be 247 degrees. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so just make sure when you've got your norths, if you have more than one norths, then make sure you draw your south as well, and you get the parallel lines and you find your alternate angles. Yeah, especially if they say the diagram is not drawn accurately, then you know it's got to do with alternate angles. Okay, next question. The diagram below, which is not drawn to scale, represents the positions of 3 mobile phone masts. Okay, so again, let's just draw our souths. Okay, the bearing of, mast Q is on a bearing of 100 from mast P, so you know that bit is 100 there. Yeah. Can you beat me in looking for an alternate angle? Okay, so that's your Z there. So that's 100 there. Yeah. Okay. And 40 kilometers away, the bearing of mast R from mast Q is 150. So that bit is 150. So you know that bit there is 30, because angles on a straight line, so that whole angle is 130, and then you can see you've got a 30 there because you've got a Z, yeah, an alternate angle. Okay, yeah, and P and R are 66 kilometers apart. Okay, use the information to establish the size of angle PQR. So can you see we've already got it? Yeah. So angle PQR equals 100 plus 30, which is 130. Yeah, all right. And then I'll just sort of mark it 1 there, and I'll mark it 2 there. And then, of course, you've got to give explanations, yeah? So 1, alternate to 100, and 2, straight line. So 180 minus 150 equals 30. So then you've got your 100 plus your 30 comes to 130. Okay, yeah. Hence find the bearing of mast P from R. So you can tell from your north clockwise to the line connecting them both. All right. Okay, so now we need to find, oh, and it says angle PQR is, oh, it's supposed to be PRQ, sorry. PRQ equals 28. Yeah, so that bit is 28. Okay, so we need to find that angle there, so you can see it's just 360 minus the 30 and minus the 28. Yeah, so that was A, and then our B, is 360 minus the total of 30 plus 28, which is 58, and 360 minus 58 is 302 degrees. Okay, yeah, all right, good. That's all for now. I hope working through these questions was fun and easy to understand. If you don't understand any of the questions, please look at them again. Pause, try to do them on your own, and if it gets difficult, then keep watching it until it feels comfortable. Yeah, every question must feel comfortable for you to then move on to my next video. Yeah, and as I said, every part just raises you level by level. So you've got to start from part 1 and make your way up. By the time we get to the part 3s and part 4s, you're feeling very, very confident about the topic. Yeah? All right? The other thing I would suggest is always watch the topic before you do it in school. So once you've actually watched the videos, and then you go to school and the teacher's teaching you the topic, you're already one step ahead. So it becomes a bit of a revision class. Yeah? And every time the teacher's talking, you say, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. Yeah, and it just makes you feel like you're one step ahead. Okay? In part 3, we'll look at questions involving bearings and advanced trigonometry. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Remember, keep working hard, practice, practice, practice. And as I always say, you're in control. Take care. Until next time. Bye.